So welcome back to Family Trust Crimes. Just a little video here to warn the public about how corrupt the police is, but I mean, I think we all know that anyway. So let me start with Dr. David Staples. I spoke to him in 2021, and then what did he do? He goes on Sky News and decides to free up the Masonic accounts for the first time in history. Why? Because I have them. Yeah, there they are, showing 64 million odd pounds. Doesn't match your accounts in the public domain at the moment, Mr. Staples. You're a naughty chap, and you threatened me in this video. So I've come back to bite you, haven't I, in the ass for your criminality. Here's all of the rest of the emails from the Freemasons, but if I just flow over to this is... In 2021, when I found documents from my grandfather's safe that was open the night he was murdered, even though the police up there now say it's shut, even though they did 3 or 4 investigations with me for years and then said it's now shut because I nailed down the case. So in 2021, they threatened to arrest me because they said the murder doesn't exist. So I kept calling for months, and then eventually I managed to find a YouTube clip of my grandfather's murder and supplied it to the police in Putney. And as you can see here, they write to me and say, the YouTube clip does not work on our police system, you know, etc., etc. And then we come back down here. Again, the YouTube clip doesn't work. And then I give them more information on my grandfather's murder. And then they say, at the moment, with the limited information, I cannot locate information on your grandfather's murder investigation. Was this an unsolved murder or a solved murder? Well, listen, Lindsay Barnes, you work at the Historical Murder Squad in Jubilee House, who are completely corrupt in my view. You should know, shouldn't you? So the case got opened 3 or 4 more times from 2021. It's then gone to Mopac twice, and they called me a Masonic conspiracist. So it's not very funny when I've obviously found Mr. Arie van der Vaart, who's an old Masonic friend of my grandfather's from the Anglo-Dutch Lodge, and he holds all the letters showing my grandfather asking him to be a trustee. So, Mr. Policeman, what else did you do? When I introduced the police to Mr. Vaart, the living witness that knew my grandfather and who's the real trustee, they asked Mr. Vaart, has Jordan been using your signature, and investigated the victim, whistleblower and heir for fraud, for going round the world and finding living witnesses and doing the policeman's job. Then they wouldn't take the work off of me. And then a good friend of mine called Barnaby from London emailed a journalist because he did a list on all unsolved murders, but they didn't include mine, did you? And that's the journalist that my good friend contacted. And who's in the draft? And I'm in Spain at this time. It's the Metropolitan Police, the same ones that email me. So you've been blocking my friend and other people to justice. Then I went to Jubilee House and they refused to take my evidence. So I went to Scotland Yard, then they wouldn't take it. And then I went to Kingston Police Station where my granddad was murdered round the corner. They happily shook my hand, gave me a reference number and thanked me for my work. Now listen, Jubilee House, you need to be disbanded and you should all be in prison. I'm just getting ready to expose absolutely everything to all of your fucking emails, you corrupt pigs. Thank you very much, Family Trust Crime.